story time about how I was introduced to drugs. So rewind all the way back when I was 15. Well, 14 going on 15. My dad started getting all these crazy girlfriends. I lived with my dad in Missouri until I from 6 or 7 until 14. I noticed his last girlfriend. I would come home to her laid up on my couch with a lit cigarette in her hand, and she would have pills everywhere out. Like her whole purse was scattered out on my couch. And she would have a spoon, a needle right next to her, and sometimes, uh, you know, she would be in the middle of doing her stuff, so I would come home and the needle was stuck in her arm and she was passed out. So I took it upon myself to one day wrap the needle up and the spoon and wrap it up into a paper, hide it in my room until my dad got home. And I asked my dad when he got home, like, was he aware of the situation that she was in? And I showed him the spoon, the needle, and the like pills that I grabbed and stuff like that. And he said, yeah, that he was trying to help her get off of it. It became to my dad was missing work a lot, so I knew there was something up there. He would be out all night with her, and what really did it was he came home one night and he was not himself. He was falling all over the place, nodding out, like falling into the walls, and he went and he laid on his bed and just spread out, on his bed and just was knocked out. So I kind of knew that he taken over her ways, That was the first time I realized that he was actually doing heroin. I had called my mom and told her the situation and told her that I wanted to come stay with her. And she got the money within, I think a couple months. But what she did not tell me was that my sister was also, she wasn't doing heroin at the time, but she was doing crack. So I got up, here in Michigan, and everything was going good for a while. I was enrolled in school, it was going great. Had a brand new friends. Everybody knew me before I had even got there because my neighbor, Nick, my best friend, he had told everybody, that I was moving up there, and he was excited, and so I was known before I even went to that school. Fast forward, let's see, I came into Michigan November, and by December or almost Christmas time, I was introduced to crack by my sister. So basically how that happened was she had kids at the time. They're taken away right now. They've been taken away since they were little. They're about, I would say, Caden which is, he was 5 when he got taken away. So he's about he's like 15, 16 right now. And my niece, she would be probably 10 or 11 right now. But anyways, nobody was home. It was just me and her. And I was staying the night, with watching my nieces and nephew. And I had asked her, like, we never hang out or whatever. And my mom ended up coming to get the kids. And so I had went in there and I was coloring in my coloring book. And I started asking questions about it. And, like, she basically told me that it was, like, just like weed. So, I was like, well, can I try it? And she actually let me try it. So, that's how I started with crack. Yeah, so I just had turned 15 when I first started smoking crack. And it went spiraling down from there. Next, it was heroin few months afterwards. Then she got her fiance onto it. Then I was put in foster care. I think it was right after Halloween. Because we were caught stealing from Myers, and then we were going to return it to get, more drugs or whatever. And I got on probation, and at the time, I was being sexually abused by my sister's fiance and my mom's boyfriend. When I had told my mom's boyfriend, when I told my mom about her boyfriend molesting me, she did not believe me. She thought I was lying, which I would never lie about something like that. It took for the school to actually get involved, because I told my counselor that I was talking to about how I woke up one day and he had his hand in my pants, and he denied it and denied it and denied it. Well, I was trying to tell my mom one day, and I was pouring my heart out and crying and just, trying to tell her, like, he did do this to me. And my grandma had came out and asked what's wrong, and you know what she said? She laughed and told me that I was crazy. So, yeah. And that made me, want to do heroin and crack even more. And I was spiraling out of control, barely going to school by that time. And there's going to be more parts, to this. I don't know when exactly. I'm just going to go by what you guys want to hear, and I'm just going to tell my whole story from beginning to end. But this is the first part on how I got started and how it became a problem.